I'm Parker. I play guitar and sing.
I'm Mick. I play drums.
I'm Lula, and I play bass, and we're Runner and Bobby.
There's so much time in a day. Can't put a price on your brain.
How we met in college, actually. I met Lula, we met each other our first year of college, pretty early on, and we had started a cover band together, and we had heard these kind of like rumors and conversations about this guy on campus that had his own band that was like legit, because, you know, he was on Spotify. Lula, I think, might have met him at one point, but I hadn't met Parker for a while. But our junior year of college, we had some members leave in our cover band, and we did auditions for a lead guitar player, and Parker showed up and auditioned and killed it, and he joined our cover band, and then kind of through that and kind of poached us and brought us into Runner and Bobby, and so we've been playing together now for 3 years.
Yeah, I count the cuties.
So 4 years. We played for 4 years together.
Would you ever explain how you feel when it rains?
This is the first full album that Mick and I are on with Runner and Bobby. There are a few full albums before this one, correct?
Yeah, nothing like this though.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool. I think how we started writing this album is different than how we've been in the writing process with Parker earlier on.
No, I would totally agree. It's been really fun to collaborate. I think this writing process has been really fun because we've had a lot more time to do it. Yeah, it's been fun to just kind of flesh out the songs. Like, Mick and Lula are so creative and such great musicians that it's stuff that I never would have thought of. And so to be able to collaborate with them is like really, really valuable. So
I think the album's also made for live a lot more than the past songs have been made for. I think that was like just more of a focus, I guess, with this lineup of songs. It's just like, hey, like we want to make these songs so we can play them and perform them live and like be in a room with other people. I'm really excited for that. So.
Yeah, even going into the live setting with the new songs, like visuals are very important. It's like when we play this song, like think of Surf's Up, or like think of like a brontosaurus, or like, because it all translates to like laid back, or like this is more lumbering. I think some of these songs, for me at least, like I have the chord progression, but then if I really want to develop the song, I need to understand where is this song. Like for me, Swarn is cliffs at night, it's cold, and there's a boat, and it's a very dark song for me, and so that's what I think about.
I would say as far as our process, usually Parker will bring us an idea, and then bass and drums will build onto that. The thing that's so exciting to me about Adoring a Friend is that we haven't really had a process before, because we've been a long distance band, and because we were trying to write in college and we were writing like completely separately, and Parker would essentially present us with a full song. We would work on bass and drums a little, and then we would record it. So this is the first time where we have even had a process. So it's been fun to see how we write as a band, because honestly we haven't done it before. So I'm excited with how it turned out, I'd say.
Me too.
And if I can add one last thing, I think in previous projects, the one project that we did with Parker before this, which was the Runner and Bobby self-titled EP, I feel like that was kind of more of like a patchwork EP, where it was like we kind of showing our different influences, what we like. Versus this, I feel like we kind of walked into this writing process of like, okay, we want to make an album and we want this to be like a fully fleshed out thing. Like it is, every single song on the album is meant to be there for a different reason. And that sounds so pretentious, but it's true.
No, but I would give you a lot of credit to these two. I remember Mick saying something specifically about it. It's like what do we want this album to be about? And I never thought of it that way, because it's been like I've kind of been a little haphazard in the past, where it's just like these were done in the span of a month, like they go together. But Mick was really intentional, and Lula, about like this album is about X, and Mick is the one who coined the name early on during a rehearsal for Green. It's like, this song sounds like Adoring a Friend. It's like, that is really good. Like, that should be the album name.
One day you will know all the time you spent adoring a friend. Now
So I worked with someone in Nashville, shout out to Mason, and he's like, oh, you ever heard of, he recommended to me, he's like, I recorded with Joe when I was like 16, and he's a little older than us. But as I moved back to Chicago, we were kind of looking around at studios, and it's like, yeah, I'll look at Mystery Street, you know, like, and then I saw Joe's name, I was like, here's Joe. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take Mason's word for it. And it was in our price range, and we're like, great, let's do it. So, word of mouth, I guess.
I would say that it was word of mouth, but Parker also put a lot of research into figuring out what recording studio we wanted to use.
Oh, yeah.
So we had a spreadsheet with every studio price range, like the hours, the engineers, the location, the distance from where we were. And we very specifically chose Mystery Street for a variety of reasons. And clearly that worked out. So props to Parker for doing all the research on that. So yes, it was word of mouth, but it was also a very purposeful choice from Parker specifically.
Yeah, gotta give some credit where credit's due there.
Yeah. Well, the EP was you guys and then overdub guitars. Lula sings on this album. That's new. How was that?
I am very nervous about singing. I like playing bass. I like my little world back there. But it's been fun to branch out, and I also think it adds something that we haven't had before. As far as this recording process, I personally have not recorded in a real recording studio much before, so this was kind of my first dive into that realm. And I really loved how it went. It was so cool to be both in the studio, but then behind the booth and watching Joe do his magic on everything else. So I had a great time. It was new to me, which was awesome.
Go ahead.
So a lot of the recording I've done in the past with, you know, other projects or whatever, I've kind of like, it's kind of been, you know, like I go in and I do drums and I kind of like lay out all the drum tracks, and then I might just leave, or like I'll just come in and do like 8 hours by myself, and maybe one other band member will be there, or like the head of the band will be there. What I really liked about this process, it was like everybody was there every single day, and like I feel like we all are like really like focusing on each other playing their parts. One thing I really like about recording with this band specifically is Lula and I record together, which I've never done, which is really cool. It's nice to have the rhythm section just in one room, just getting through each track, which is pretty cool.
It's a lot faster.
It's a lot faster, and I think we rely on each other a lot, and I think like different stuff kind of comes out when you're both playing at the same time. I'm not sure if you feel that way.
Yeah, it is true. I don't have much recording experience, but the idea that the whole band doesn't come in is sort of strange to me, because we all come in even when it's just Parker doing vocals all day. Like we come and we sit and we watch, and so
That is nice though. It is a nice like support.
like I know everything that's happening with the entire each part of the song, which I personally like. But
Yeah. And the last thing I'll say is like working with Joe was really, really nice, because we'd never done that with an engineer on 12 songs. And you never know what the vibe is going to be in the studio. You know, it's a very emotional process. Like if something's not clicking, or you can't, I don't know, if you can't the note, having Joe's very like calming presence was really nice, and we clicked well, and he did a great job.
shout out Eli, shout out Jay, shout out Myles, shout out Mickey, shout out Joe. We had an incredible time at Mystery Street, and I think part of that was the atmosphere that's created by the people who work here. So not only people being very professional, showing up on time, knowing what they're doing, but also being really excited about what we're producing changed my experience in the recording studio. It's always good to have people that are excited about music and like the production of music, and not just like, you know, chopping through it, getting it done.
Yeah.
Well said.
You gotta do
and even rehearsing here, like showing up and your amps are in the room, like they don't have to do that for you. Like those are your amps.
Just
but
forget stuff all the time.
Like, yeah, it's like I borrow a like,
Phone charger.
well, sorry. Can I borrow a guitar cable? I mean, but just like it's really kind, and you're really looked after, and you know they don't have to do that, but they do, and I think that's the difference.
I think my favorite song to perform is going to be such a lame answer, because we're all pretty much have the same answer, I think. But Sex Box 2 was a song that I feel like was the the first time I felt like we like collaborated on something and made it different for a live setting, which was cool. We released that song a while back. So it's one of my favorite songs to play live. Might be changing. The song Fate You Choose off the album, it's gonna be the second song. That I think is my favorite to play live right now. Like in a practice space, we haven't played it live in front of an audience yet, so I'm excited to see how it feels. And I think that's my favorite song on the album. I just think I wish there was like a cool reason for why I like that song. I just think it sounds dope. It makes me feel cool when I play it, so that's why I like it.
Favorite song that I've written? I'd say that on the new album, it's hard to pick a song that's my favorite. I think that's because they're all very similar and we all wrote them in like tiny increments every song, every time we built upon what we had. So it wasn't like today we're gonna write Fate You Choose, today we're gonna write All Because of You. It's sort of like every time we practiced together, we would build on the songs a little more. So they are all sort of one in my head in that regard. As far as favorite to play, I think of the new stuff, I do like Fate You Choose because if you play the box, nothing goes wrong. You know what I mean? It's the bass line for me is very simple and very like fun to do runarounds with, which I like. It's not really a bass line, it's just like hitting the notes that need to be hit. I do like Last One. It's the first one I'm ever gonna sing on, so I'm nervous about it, which is kind of fun for me.
I would say A for Always is one that I'm really proud of, but I think I would agree Fate You Choose is my favorite to play live.
Wow.
It's just
This guy?
I know, we didn't plan that either. There's just something kind of like mean about it, but like subtle but mean. And not that we're mean people, but you know, bringing that energy and intensity on stage, I think is something that helps a lot with the performance. I think that the tours we did this summer was really a cool moment for me personally to like get through. We did a couple weekends and those were good, and then we did a week-long tour like out to the East Coast in New York for 2 days, back to the Midwest, all the way up to Minneapolis, and like to survive that and like still hang out with each other is like, okay, like these are good friends, like these are people I can really trust, and you know, and we did well. I think we played well, and it was really tiring, but for me it was those tours, definitely.
Yeah, I'd say off that tour we played the Sultan Room in Brooklyn, which was a beautiful venue, and I personally had like a childhood friend show up and they got to see a sold out show, which was always good. And so we played this beautiful show, and then we hung out afterwards, and then we were all like tucked into our beds in this crazy hotel room, like the grandparents from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. We were all like tucked in bed, like laughing, watching these infomercials on the TV. And that, like Parker was saying, it's awesome to know that we can play these big shows and have fun, but then also hang out with each other continuously.
I have one.
Okay.
This is my classic one to bring up. We played a series of shows in Austin.
Oh
yeah.
When we were like really young as a band, and like we booked 4 shows in Austin in the same weekend, and a house show. We played like 5 shows. What a terrible idea. Like, who plays 5 shows in the same city over one weekend? Somebody who doesn't know how to tour.
That's why radius clauses exist.
Yeah. So yeah, that was before we knew anything. So we drove down to Austin. I'm from Austin, so I was down there seeing my family, and they met me down there. And my like drum set that I like grew up with, I was like, oh, like I'm gonna bring this with me, because I had just sold my other drum set, so I was like, this is the only one I have. So they picked me up from my house, and you know, I got my drum set, and I played all these shows with my drum set. We brought in like an egregious amount of merch.
Too much.
Just too much.
Ambitious.
Ambitious thinking we were gonna sell that much merch. And at the end of the weekend, we were like, wait, how are we all gonna get back and the merch and the drum set?
Yeah.
Because they drove down just them two. And Parker was like, we're gonna open up all of your drums and we're gonna fill them with our clothes and all the merch. So we were like standing on the side of the road, there's like cars driving by, and we're like packing my drums full of merch and clothes, and I was like, we're gonna get home, and like Lula had like a bass drum on her lap. But we made it.
Yeah.
listening. Thank you so much for watching. Check out Mystery Street, and yeah. Anything else?
No. Thank you.
Thank you.
We love you.